Back to Mac Jones. Mike still thinks he's the long-term answer here. Do you? In other words, let me frame it like this. Let's say they finish with the 5th pick in the draft, and they have a chance at the UNC kid. They have a chance at one of those 2 or 3 top quarterbacks. Do you draft one of those 2 or 3 top quarterbacks, or do you roll it back with Mac Jones?
I mean, obviously, in what I say all the time, I want to see how the season plays out. But most likely, I am seriously evaluating those college quarterbacks, and then I'll decide. I mean, if they are worth that pick, I'm not going to reach for a guy. But if he is worth that pick and you think he's better than Mac Jones or will be in a year, then yeah, you take him and then you figure it out later.
Mike?
No, because you got.
So you're not drafting one of these guys?
No, I mean, like if you can't get Caleb Williams is the guy. So Caleb Williams is your number one, and maybe I mean like is Michael Penix that guy? Is Drake May that guy? I don't think so. If I'm sitting there, this is what I would do.
The draft's tonight. I know we got to see how it plays out. So you're saying anyone other than Caleb Williams are rolling it back with Mac Jones?
Yes. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr. Give me like a big, this guy's 6'4", and I'm not just saying this is not an Ohio State thing. Trust me. A 6'4", 220-pound receiver who's got his head on straight, who can catch, who's fast, who's strong. That's who you want. You want a number one, not a number one diva. He's a number one in the mind of, it's almost like A.J. Brown. He's not like his dad. His dad was thin.
You're rolling it back with Mac Jones?
Mac Jones and put pieces around him. Mac Jones, I'm sorry. I think the kid who's playing right now in San Francisco, if Mac Jones is in San Francisco, they're going to the playoffs.
Now we're back to where
they're going to the playoffs.
Now we're back to where we began, though. I have no faith that a team coached by Bill Belichick and led by Bill Belichick will have an offense like that. He won't prioritize it. He doesn't have a knack for picking those players, Greg. And so this is the problem. Bill needs a special quarterback because he can't build around a guy who's just good but not great. You give me a different coach, maybe. We're onto something.
It's hard for me to disagree, but, I will say we're just coming off a game where they actually, for the first time, look like a modern offense. So, maybe there's hope for that. But the big thing with the quarterback position, unless I know, I'm not leaving all my eggs in that basket. Like, it's too important position. I would rather have too many quarterbacks and deal with trading and whatnot, the old Ron Wolf thing. I'd rather do that than anything else.
I'm bringing Mac Jones back almost no matter what. Unless someone wants to get stupid on a trade, give me a first-round pick for him or something like that. Okay. But other than that, $2.7 million. They're counting the beans out there in Foxborough. So that's a good, affordable backup quarterback at the worst. Someone to compete with the kid that you draft in training camp, and I bring him back either way. Now, if I'm sitting there in the top 5 and there's one of those quarterbacks, Mike, I don't know how you don't draft one of them.
In the top 5?
Top 5.
Ooh.
And I hate those guys.
Okay,
but I'm telling you, if you're in the top 5, you've had a horrible year.
But let's say you're at 5 and you got the third.
If they're in the top 5, Mac Jones is not your quarterback going forward.
That's right. If they're in the top 5, Mike, you understand what the rest of the years look like.
Well, they got a long way to go. They could actually, they're 2-5, so they could actually have a game like yesterday. Yesterday was a fun game. Let's say they don't come back. Let's say it's a field goal, 25-25, and they lose in overtime. Was that a bad game? No. Mac Jones played well, and they could still lose. There could be like 4 or 5 more games like this year where the Patriots actually play well and lose. And do you say, oh, yeah, that's on Mac? No, it's on everything around them. It's just they still don't have enough. Let's not sugarcoat this thing. The roster, they're probably a bottom 10 roster in football, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So, and I don't think Mac Jones is a bottom 10 quarterback in football. I think the roster is. I think they need a lot of help. And if you draft another quarterback, okay, good for you. You still got to get him some weapons. And this new guy coming in won't have weapons either.
Well, I'm just glad Bill's tied up for the next 3 years because I don't know where they'd go without Belichick.